Hello, it is me. I am on my knees for some reason. Oh, this is not going well. Have you seen those worm on a string memes? They are so strong right now.
I mean, that's amazing. Of course, this one is just a classic. I honestly am not sure why this one makes me laugh so much. This is amazing, and it's on a t-shirt? Science has gone too far.
I was sitting there thinking, I need to be a part of this. I saw that some people are making like giant stuffed worms on string. What if I take this fur and make a worm on a string, you know, normal diameter, like, you know, like this thick, but make it super long. Later in this video, I'm going to be giving away some worm-related things, so look forward to that. What was I doing? Oh goodness, a lot of time has passed since I filmed that last part there. I was very concerned that I wouldn't have enough time to do this, but now with COVID and stuff, you know. Here are my priorities with this, right? Number one, I'd like my thingy to be thin. The worm on the string has to be thin. I want it to be about the size of a normal worm on a string, only very long. Number two, I guess there was just one. Wow, that was some really good planning. First thing I'm gonna do is make a pattern and do some tests.
So I went ahead and made these cute little patterns, you know, all fun, out of paper, just basically freehanded them. You know, you fold the paper and then you cut it out and it's like, oh, duplicate. And then I painstakingly trace them onto this. Now here it is. I mean, it's a lot. This is gonna take forever. What did I get myself into? You know, this is gonna be the head up here, this is the tail, this is a midsection. For those of you who aren't aware, cutting fur, this fake fur, is a horrible process because when you cut the fur starts to fall out. It's been like 2 hours and I have trimmed the fur and cut out the fabric. Those are two little worm heads. And what I'm gonna do is do that thing where you sew them by flipping it inside out. That's gonna take approximately forever. Only thing left to do really is to sew it. Before I do sewing, why don't we do a little bit of some real talk? Let's do that.
Real talk. My Patreon is at an all-time low, and I don't know why that is. Are my videos not as good anymore? Is it some other reason? Do let me know. I think it might have to do with YouTube just not suggesting my videos as much anymore. I've done a couple things. I've created an email list. I've included a link to it. You can sign up for it, and you'll get an email in your inbox every time I make a new video. Another thing I've done, I've partnered with this startup. They're kind of like Patreon, only you can donate with as little as 10 cents per month. 10 cents might not seem like much, but if enough people do that, it really starts to add up, and it's a huge help. I'll be putting all this stuff in the description. So I think that's really all I wanted to say about that.
Who knew this would take so long? You know, I really didn't think so. Did I mention that I was in sewing club? In high school, I was in sewing club. I was the only guy there, and I did nothing the entire year. So you see this nubbin? This is the head, and I've decided what I'm gonna do is after I flip this inside out, I'm gonna like just sew it on there. Nub! My fellow Americans, you see this nub right here? This is the nub that will go on the worm. That was horrible. It's been like 2 hours approximately, and I'm almost finished. I was kind of hoping there'd be more content to show you of the making process because the entire making it basically is just sewing it. And interestingly enough, it's kind of just me sitting here sewing for hours and hours. The distortion probably makes my hands look really weird. Sorry about that. It's been long enough that I think it's time for a good break, and I typically recommend for breaks a very nice some musical stylings. I have right here an autonomo tone. Ready? I'm just kidding. The batteries are dead on this, so obviously I can't play guitar on this thing when the batteries are dead. This is how much we got so far, okay? And then, of course, here's the tail. Not sewed very well, but it's there. Next step is to deal with the nib. Just kind of sew it on there, like that. And I think we'll be there. This is really coming along, but I have horrible news. I don't have any googly eyes. So we're going to have to improvise. I think I'm going to try to just paint some cardboard.
perfect. Here he is. Isn't this great?
This worm has seen some things.
A lot of people have made giant worms on a string. I talked about this earlier. This one is like a normalish diameter. I haven't seen anybody else do that. Working with this fur is so difficult. You have no idea. The amount of fur embedded in the carpet around here. I'm sure my lungs have fur in it now, which is a little bit of fur in your lungs is fine, but too much, and that gets real bad real fast. I didn't stuff it. I was originally planning to. The real, like, brand name version of this, it's pretty floppy. It's 293 centimeters long. It's pink. It's floppy. This is the best it gets. The eyes are pretty hilarious. It's made out of cardboard. The fact I didn't get to googly eye them is kind of sad. Flipping it inside out, you may have noticed I didn't show it because it took so long. It's like such a crazy process. In honor of this video, I made this t-shirt. I drew it myself. Bet you can't even tell. For my Patreon people, I'm planning on putting it on a sticker, so that's where the giveaway comes in. I am going to give a couple of them away for free to you guys. Comment if you want one and say that you would like a worm sticker. If you tweet me a link to this video, I'll count that as an additional, entry. It's sadly gonna be open to only people in the US, which I'm really sorry about, but I discussed that in my last video as the reason why it's giveaways can be very difficult. I really want to thank those of you who support me by engaging and sharing my videos, but also by micro-pledging, like I mentioned earlier with that website, Pledgesto, I hope I'm saying that right, or on Patreon. I mean, it helps so much, and I would literally not make these videos if it weren't for you guys. So, really appreciate it. Stay safe out there, everyone, and I think that's really all I have to say. Be sure to comment below your worm sona. Over 9 feet long, pink, and floppy is the best descriptor for my worm sona.